Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss the functions of poetry according to Aristotle. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher. In the previous session, we discussed the nature of poetry according to Aristotle in his The Poetics. The Poetics is the text document of Aristotle, the Greek philosopher. He talks about three things. The poet imitates three things according to Aristotle. What are those three things? Things of the past and the present. Things as they were and are. Things of the past and the present. Things as they are said to be. Things as they are believed. Things as they are thought. Which means things as they are believed. Third thing is that things as they are ought to be. It means things that are ideal. These are the three things Aristotle discussed in the nature of poetry. Now, in this session we are devoting to the functions of poetry. The function of the poetry and the function of poetry or the poet is not to relate what has happened, but to relate what may happen, to relate to what may happen. See, though the poet talks about the past, he doesn't only concentrate on telling us what had happened. He also tells us what may happen basing on the past things. So, according to the laws of probability and necessity, some possible things may happen. So, the poet shows us the possible things according to the laws of probability and necessity. This is first thing what we are discussing in the functions of the poetry. And coming to the next thing, poetry is more philosophical. It is more higher. It is higher than many other branches of learning because it shows the way. It shows the way to the people in the circumstances around us. It's a kind of teaching, of course. Through poetry, the poet teaches, but according to Aristotle, poetry is also intended to give pleasure. Here, Plato differs from Aristotle. Plato says the purpose of poetry, the function of poetry is only to teach. But Aristotle goes one more step ahead and he says, of course, teaching is important through poetry, but pleasure is also important. Pleasure is the ultimate. See, the function of poetry is to please. Teaching is incidental. So, when you are giving a piece of literature to the world around you, you give them pleasure, pleasure of higher kind. There is teaching certainly because the poet relates to what has happened and he also relates to what may happen according to the laws of probability and necessity. So, according to Plato, the purpose of poetry is only to teach. But according to Aristotle, poetry teaches, it gives pleasure to. This pleasure is of a higher kind. And this pleasure is the ultimate, that is the ultimate function of poetry. And while doing so, it teaches as well. This teaching is incidental. This is how he sums up, Aristotle sums up in the functions of poetry. So, this is our second session in the theoretical and in the principles of literary criticism of Aristotle, the Greek philosopher. Okay, students, you go through this video repeatedly. If you have any doubts, you mention in the comment box. And in the next session, we are moving towards another part of Aristotle's principles of criticism. Okay, students, all the best. Thank you.